Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to know what actually the Internet Shield with Arduino. And one more thing is that how the Ethernet Shield is going to work with Arduino UNO. This Ethernet Shield is also known as Wired Internet Shield because for Ethernet Shield we are going to use the wiring connection. That's the reason. So now let us see what actually the shield is. Actually, shield is the extra peripheral device which we are placing on top of Arduino in such a way that all the pins are going to align on Arduino which we will see in the upcoming slides anyhow. This is the Ethernet shield. Here you will be having a port where you can connect your Ethernet cable. That's the reason it is known as the internet connection shield. So now let me explain what actually the internet shield is. Yes, coming to internet connectivity, here you can see, right? Wide wireless Bluetooth cellular data RFID. Examples you can ignore, you can use for any of the sensors. It's not an issue. Anyhow, we are going to see IoT patterns and all in the upcoming future sessions. But for now, firstly, we are focusing mostly on wide wireless and Bluetooth. Uh, for Bluetooth, directly we can use Wi-Fi shield also. It's not an issue. No need to use Bluetooth even. Wide and wireless we are going to use. With wireless we are going to do more projects. Remember that one. Yes. Coming to wide, nothing but Ethernet. Wireless is nothing but Wi-Fi shield. Now let me go to, yes, Internet shield actually provides the internet connection with respect to Arduino UNO. Actually, Arduino UNO on the board itself, there is no Wi-Fi providing shield or anything. So we are providing shielding, nothing but we are adding the extra hardware. It is also known as peripheral device, which we are placing on top of Arduino UNO. And on some of Arduino UNOs, if you observe, instead of female pins type, we will be having male pins type. In a similar way, for these shields, we are going to have bottom male pins type, and those we are going to place on the female pins type of our Arduino UNO board. Now let me go to the next slide. Yes, Arduino, wired connectivity, nothing but Ethernet. Here you can see both are similar, right? Analog pins, power supply, digital pins. Nothing you are going to perform. Here on bottom you will have pins. Here like you can see like holes like structures, right? Those pins must and should align exactly on these holes. That is only known as shielding. This is the Ethernet shield. Nothing but wide connection. So software requirements and hardware requirements are same. Here, these are the connections actually. Connections, anyhow, I am going to explain while explaining with the hardware. Here you can see some of the serial connections are given, right? Let me go to the previous slide. You are going to align all of them so that the connection works fine. Yes, here you can see the Ethernet port, right? From here to Wi-Fi, you will give connection using the Ethernet cable. We will also see with hardware components. Don't get tense. Yes. But remember that one to understand the programming and all in this from this lecture to the upcoming lectures, you must and should be aware of the Arduino UNO playlist which I have, which is existing in our YouTube channel. And anyhow, in the previous video, I have also mentioned in the description. Okay, now coming to this Ethernet. Yes, here you can see this bottom one is our Arduino UNO. Exactly aligning all the pins, we have placed the Ethernet shield, and from this Ethernet port we are giving connection to our Wi-Fi by making use of Ethernet cable. Here you can see we are going to use it for only local area network. Nothing but you can't give longest connection, right? Because such a huge connection, since it is a microcontroller, there will be a lot of issues if you will use the large connection. That's the reason to overcome it. Anyhow, we have introduced the Wi-Fi shield. Yes. Arduino is connected to the power source. Either it can be battery or directly from your laptop or computer via USB. That's the reason USB or battery is mentioned. Attach the Ethernet shield on top of Arduino, which we are going to do. And all the pins should align. Yes, so all the pins of this Ethernet shield must and should be placed inside your Arduino UNO. Yes, connect the Ethernet cable to LAN, nothing but our Wi-Fi network. For Wi-Fi router, we are going to connect it. Yes, now let me go to the next slide. Yes, for this we need some external library. Only one library we are going to use, that is ethernet.h. It is available in GitHub. Anyhow, I'll provide all the links and with clear code explanation and all while working with the hardware components. For here, just you can focus on the theory part. Yes, only Ethernet.h header file we are going to use, and that library is not actually present in Arduino IDE. Install it. Yes. Actually, you can install there or anyhow you can download the zip file and include zip file from GitHub also. Anything works fine. Yes. Here, here you are going to give some global declaration session, we'll call it as. Here you are doing the thing actually, and here once you observe the theory, for MAC address we are making use of this MAC array. Not, it is actually a byte array. The types of the values inside this array are byte, nothing but 8 bits. Actually, for the new Ethernet shields, the MAC address will be printed anyhow, backside of the Ethernet. So you need to copy that one actually. That one you are going to place here. You can see here, right? Totally 6 parts are there. Here also totally 6 parts are there. Those you need to type here actually. Then IP address, static IP you are going to provide. Yes, how can you get that IP? Set a static IP address of Arduino for cases where it fails to get a dynamic IP from dynamic host configuration protocol. Yes, if it is unable to generate IP address, then you need to, for better safety itself, we are only going to provide one IP address. This is the IP address. You know that it consists of 4 values. Each value is separated by dot, but here we are going to represent using comma. And next, uh, Ethernet client. Yeah, it is the alias name. Instead of using this complete name throughout the program, I am going to call simply client. Yes. Now coming to coding part, we are going to have totally 4 functions. One is connect to internet function, and one more is print the connection information function. Remaining 2 functions are setup and loop. You know that always our programs begin with setup, and here in loop I am not going to perform any operation, since here we are only going to discuss about the connection part. We are not focusing on some working with some sensors and all. While working with sensors and all, it will be the different case again. Firstly, we will run the setup function. Here we are starting the serial monitor at the baud value 9600. Now I am making the function call connect to internet. This is the connect to internet function, and in this we are going to call this function again. Yes, from setup we came here void connect to internet. Yes, here what actually is happening is we are using the functions of ethernet.h header file. To access the functions in the ethernet.h header file, you need not mention .h, only the name is enough. If ethernet dot begin of MAC, nothing but the MAC address which we have given in the global declaration is equals to 0, you need to print the error message that failed to configure Ethernet using DHCP. So connect to Ethernet with your static IP. Nothing but here if it is failed, then you need to give your own. Otherwise, it will be directly getting the MAC address and all. If it is unable to get the MAC address at all, then it is impossible to get IP. That's the reason here you are giving some random IP address. Otherwise, it will only generate the IP address. Yes. Here you are saying connect, attempt to connect to Ethernet with static IP. Actually, it is complete two line. From here to here, it is the comment part actually. While coding will cover anyhow clearly while working with hardware components. Yes, I will print that is an error message. So now I am beginning the Ethernet. With what values MAC? Nothing but my original MAC. And with static IP. Static IP here is nothing but the IP address which I have provided. Here you can see IP address, static IP. With this IP address, we are trying to begin the Ethernet connection. We are going to give some delay time so that the Ethernet shield will be initialized. How much time you want to give, you can give. But I am going to give 1 second, nothing but 1000 milliseconds. Yes. Now what you are printing? Information you are printing that connection is successful. In place of info, what it will be printed? Info only it will be printed because you have given within the double quotes, right? In the print statements. That's the reason info connection successful will be printed. Now to get these values, yes, here you can see, here again I have given space. Actually, this is not required. Print connection information. I am making some function call here. Print connection information. This complete thing is another function. So now we came to this function. Here what we need to print. Here we are. It is a manual typing, guys. Remember that one. Print is used to print in the same line. Println used to type in the continuous line, and then after this any print statements you are going to use will go to next line. Don't think that here it is printed firstly. We have used println, so we are going to get in next line. No, not like that. Yes. Now coming to here, this thing will be printed as this. To get the IP address within the Ethernet package, it is available, right? So Ethernet dot local IP is the function which gives you IP address. Now similarly, to get the subnet mask within the Ethernet package, there is a function called subnet mask. See, the functions you must and should follow as is the uppercase and lowercase because it is a case sensitive language. And for getting gateway IP, there is a function gateway IP. Yeah, everywhere IP is in capital letters. Remember that one. And next to get DNS, DNS is nothing but it is related to server, right? That is the reason we have used DNS server IP. Once this function, it prints this all. Again, we'll come back here. That function call is done successfully. We are going to print this empty lines. This all is done in which function? Setup function. Just a second. Actually, some slides went forward. Yes, in setup function, that complete process is done. Once it is done, we'll go to loop. In loop, nothing is there. So nothing process is going to take place. Here you can see to test the, yes, on serial monitor, this is the output you are going to get. Connection successful from the first function you will get. These all are printed by making use of the second function where you are getting IP address, subnet mask, gateway and DNS. This is how we are going to work with Ethernet shield with Arduino UNO. Yes, this is a completely Ethernet related connection, and in the next lecture we are going to see Wi-Fi shield with Arduino UNO, nothing but it is also called as wireless internet shielding for Arduino UNO. Hope you all understood. If you are facing any issues, you can drop in the comment section. Thank you. And in description, I have given anyhow notes link. In that, better you prefer either the first PDF or PPT is also works fine. But if you want to know more theory or step by step, if you don't know even basics, then prefer textbook.